So the quarterfinals are done and dusted for Dubai, but now we move on to the semi-finals, and Fiji will be taking on Argentina. Two sides that were in the top five for the overall standings of the circuit, and now they get to go head-to-head in the very first leg of the new season. And in this preview, we'll be looking through at the previous results for these two sides, also their key players, and then at the end, a prediction for who we think can get the victory. But we will start off with Fiji. They are currently undefeated in the Dubai Sevens, getting themselves a win over Spain in the first contest, 21 points to 15. Them beating the USA in a comfortable victory, 42 points to 20. Them beating New Zealand. That is a big one, as New Zealand is still one of the four sides that are remaining in the competition, so perhaps we could see a rematch of that game later on. But 21 points to 12 was the score in that match. And then the last game, Fiji versus France. The Fijians victorious in the quarterfinal, 19 points to 17. They had to dig deep, but in the end, Nadal Valo scoring the last-minute try to get the Fijians over the line. In terms of what Argentina have done so far, they were a part of Pool B, getting an extremely comfortable win over Uruguay in their first contest, 45 points to 7. They were then victorious over Great Britain, 22 points to 5, beating Ireland, 29 points to 7. And then their last game, it was the quarterfinal, and this one could have gone either way. There were a lot of mistakes, mainly coming from the kicking side of things, but the Pumas winning it 22 points to 20. Now, both sides in that game scored 4 tries. Australia missing all 4 of their kicks. Argentina only getting 1 over, but that was the difference maker. So certainly heading into this game up against the Fijians, they will want to be clinical. In terms of the key players to watch out for, I mentioned it on my last preview involving the Fijians. They have really rotated in terms of who has been scoring the tries throughout this competition, which is certainly a great thing to have heading into a pressure game like a playoff fixture, because you always know that there's someone out there on the field who should be able to cross the try line. But I do think Felipe Saturanga, out of all the players on the field for Fiji, up against the French, he stood out the most. He could have had 2 tries, but unselfishly gave the try off to one of his teammates. But overall, if he's out there on the field, I think Fiji have a very strong chance here. Also, just using that size of someone like a Seville Mothinothangi. Of course, the Argentines, they have Germain Schultz. They have Santiago Alvarez. Both men love muscling up. But Fiji, they can use that physicality to their advantage, and also that pure pace that some of their backs do possess for the Argentines. In terms of their key players, Luciano Gonzalez in that game up against Australia really stood out to me. Also Alvarez, like I said, he was using his muscle. He was able to get some good meters going. And then also that X factor of Marcus Money Moneta. If he is playing well and he's getting ball in hand, can score, if not maybe 1 or 2 tries throughout the semi-final, and they could be the difference maker. But the kicks have to be going over for the Pumas, because you can't afford to give Fiji half a chance in a game of sevens. But now we are up to that stage of a prediction. It is a tricky one, because both of these sides, honestly, whoever wins this game, I think have a very good shot of going on to win the whole competition. Only one more game to go, and both of these teams undefeated up till this stage. So someone's O has got to go here. And I'm going to say, even though I think Argentina are the more likely to win this game because of the structure in the rugby that they play, because they scored more tries than Fiji in the quarters, I am still going to back Fiji. And the reasoning behind that is I just feel like there's that little bit more unpredictability about the way that this Fijian team play. And if they can get their offloading right, I think they can put this Argentine defence under a lot of pressure. We actually saw that from the Australians up against the Pumas. So for that reason, I'm going to say Fiji to win it. And I'm going to go the exact same scoreline as they had in their quarterfinal, and that is 19 points to 17. I think once again, Argentina may struggle a little bit off that kicking tee, and maybe it will be just enough for Fiji to get the win. But of course, do let me know your score predictions in the comments down below. This game is kicking off at 11:28 a.m. New Zealand time, which is very close to when this video will be out. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all for the next one.